Alright, guys, I'm very sorry. Hello, welcome back. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream again. Let's try this again, see how it goes. Welcome back to Explain 12 and welcome back to the channel. Today, taking the very last version of the recently updated, so basically yesterday, xCrafts Embraer EJet series with version 1.0.4. Today we're going to be looking at it, testing and seeing how it goes. And there is a lot of things, small things that were updated, especially considering the FMS, the autopilot, the overall handling of the aircraft. A lot of small functions for the route. For example, flying direct to LNAV, VNAV got improved. You have more approaches now that can be selected in the FMS, and so yeah, I think this update is really very much worth it. So we're going to be doing 2 short test flights today from Vancouver in Canada to a city which I again can't remember the name, but its code is Charlie Yankee Yankee Foxtrot. And that's about a 30-minute flight. In real life, it is operated by de Havilland TH8 with Air Canada Express as well, Jazz. We're going to be flying the jet. Runway is long enough, we can do it, and should be a nice and interesting, short and scenic approach. And then we'll execute the turnaround and shoot an ILS, just so you guys can see how well this aircraft goes. I really like this update. I think the developers did a really good job, and especially considering since the last time we had that problem with the approach, now that has been fixed, and I think they very much deserve to showcase this airplane once again. Now, I just noticed one thing, which I just fixed. And so yeah, good enough. Let's go into the aircraft. We are offline. We have a tower in VATSIM, Vancouver Tower, but I really wanted to give it a shout and have the freedom to do whatever I want. I've read their 80s, and the 80s was stating that for our runways here in Vancouver, we only had the visual and the RNAV approach. And since we're going to be doing the RNAV first at Charlie Yankee Yankee Foxtrot, which the airport is called Penticton, I think that's correct. Penticton Airport. We're going to be shooting the RNAV there, so I really wanted to see how the VNAV would handle the ILS to be in the correct altitude in the fix. So yeah, good enough. Let's get into the aircraft. If you guys notice any frame dropping or something like that, please let me know. And yeah, back into the cockpit. Nothing has changed here really. I think the textures are brand new, except textures are new except for the opacity of the windows. They are slightly different, so if you read the full release notes, which are quite long, they change that. So other than that, it's basically the same. So just checking, speed brakes are stowed, throttle on idle, flaps are up, gear is down. We have our wipers switched off, and I'm gonna ask for the GPU to connect for this moment. I don't like to switch the GPU on at the beginning because it makes such a noise and basically we can't hear anything. So we have a GPU. We're gonna start with the batteries. So they haven't fixed yet the no caution on the first 5 seconds. That's fine. We can deal with that. Just let the airplane power up a little bit. Make sure that we have the screens on. And we could go by the checklist here, but I'm gonna go ahead and speed up the things. So we have the screens available. I'm gonna switch on the GPU already. Hit the no smoking. Do a quick check here on the passenger on the emergency light passenger signs, so it is on now, and we switch to armed, they go off. Thriller, hello, welcome to the stream. Just stopping by quickly to say hello. Thank you very much. I'm very sorry with the really weird stream problems. I really don't know what's what, but probably because I just updated the drivers, we got some problems there. And on the second time when I restarted the stream, the accessibility settings were switched to private. I don't know for what reason. So I started the stream. I talked through the intro again, and only then I noticed that it is locked. But yeah. Virtual Islet, hello, have a nice flight. It's a bit late, so I'll probably just watch the takeoff. Okay, that's fine. And Cruller, oh, it's okay, I didn't know this, but I will be on a real plane tomorrow, so it's gotta get up early. Oh, that's really cool. So yeah, take a rest, and you can always watch the replay. I'm sure today is gonna be worthy. So we have the systems power up. I really wanted to see here the flight controls check. This is really cool. I don't know why, but I really like this animation. It is realistic according to jet pilots. But let's finish up with the overhead flow. So everything is good here. We check the passengers, the emergency lights, fasten seatbelts off for the moment. So I'll switch off. Navigation light is on. We're gonna go ahead, switch the logo light as well. This is all fine. System 3 electric pump A is off. That's correct. I'm gonna switch pack 1 off as well. The rest looks good. So that's all fine. Go back to the status here, and let's go start with weight and balance. I'll try to request company data sheets. So this is correct. It requires 3.4 tons of fuel. I want to take a little bit more because just for case, payload is 7.1. So let me just hit cancel. I'm going to open my own window here with SimBrief and see what are the weights. So zero fuel weight is 35.9, so we're gonna just insert that. Let's do it 36 tons. Fuel weight, we're gonna do 4.5, and request manual load sheet. I'm gonna load the plane. Takeoff CG is 69, and zero fuel weight is 36 tons. Cloudy in Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal as well. Oh yes, yes it is, but should be fine, no problem. Let's go now to the FMS and go here. Change the squawk code to 2000. Leave it like this. Go to route, and now set the name of the airport. I forgot again. Penticton. So it's Charlie Yankee Foxtrot. Insert that. First call sign for us is going to be Air Canada 416 or Jazz. Is it Jazz? I think it's Jazz actually. So Jazz 416. That is set up. Flight ID, you're going to activate this one. Hit departure according to the METAR. Runway 26 left and 26 right was in use. We are closer to runway 26. Actually, we're not that close to runway. No, we are close to runway 26 left. That's correct. So we're going to be using 26 left. I want to check the winds here. Winds 310 at 7. That's correct. Let's go runway 26 left for us. And we're going to go with the Vancouver departure, which should be Vancouver 2 departure, which is basically a heading straight out and then a direct to whatever point we need. Hit apply, activate, and I'm gonna already insert the arrival because it's a very short flight, so we're gonna prepare everything early as well. So in Penticton, the wind is 180 at 11, so this is not very good actually. Because it's quite of a tailwind there, and we wanted to take runway 16, so that's 1 knot above the tailwind limitation. I'm gonna try and go there anyways, because unfortunately here on the charts I don't find anything for runway 34. Or actually, never mind, I do. I do. Let's try runway 34. Yeah, no approaches, never mind. Arrival has changed to runway 16. It's gonna be our nav Yankee. No, it's going to be RNAV Zulu from MDAV and no star. I'm going to activate this one and go to performance init, insert everything here. Cruise altitude is going to be pretty short. It says 210 for me. I'm going to trust that and set 210 on the cruise altitude. Takeoff CG, sorry, it was 69 and zero fuel weight, 36 tons of fuel. That is set. Fuel 4.5 is already on board, so we can go ahead and switch fast to seatbelt sign on. Next page, this is the preset performance in it. We're not going to be using any, I mean, we don't have FMS speed, so disregard this page for the moment. Takeoff to departure, that is correct. No flex, FMS takeoff. This is all correct. We're going to hit wet runway because it was raining just a few moments ago. Although I don't think it will make any difference here. We'll use flaps 1, pretty long runway, no problem there. And hit takeoff. Now for this calculation here, I'm going to go to takeoff performance. So Charlie Yankee, Victor Romeo, Vancouver, select 26 left. And I'm just going to insert any wind and ISO conditions. Compute, takeoff 1, flaps, oh nope, takeoff 2, flaps 1, and the runway should be, I'm going to set good to medium. 118, 135, 139, it looks about good. We're going to send this to the FMS, hit here the data link page and sync everything up. As for the departure limit, we're going to go 1,500 here and 3,000 on the acceleration. Looks about right. Position is 180, that's correct. And top of climb altitude is 210, so that's correct as well. Perfect. We finished with everything, and we have here the active flight plan. As you can see here, we have the altitude point and then vectors, basically straight ahead. And we're just gonna fly direct to MDAV to be as quick as possible. Initial climb is gonna be 8,000. I'm gonna arm already flight directors, hit auto throttle, set 200 knots for the moment. And let me just set this to auto brake RTO already because that's the default position. I think the FMS is already set. Time to start the APU. Let's go just here to systems, electrical. So as you can see here, let me just close the door because I think the reflections are killing it. The reflectors are still there. Can I remove the reflections? Yes, I can. There we go, that's way better. So GPU is now powering up the aircraft. Let's go hit here APU. Window will pop up here. There we go, and hit 1, 2, 3. Good. We have the APU starting. Alright, that's good. That's perfect. So while the APU starts, I think it would be time to do a little briefing and to show you guys everything. So starting with the departure briefing, I have here my sim brief opened, and we're flying Embraer E190. It's a short flight, about 30 minutes. Actually, oh, I've closed sim brief. That's unfortunate. Let's go to sim brief. Dispatch and just check the latest flight. View flight plan. So airtime is 35 minutes, so pretty short one. I did check the NOTAMs. Basically in Vancouver we have nothing significant apart from taxiway limit 2. Unless runway 13 is unserviceable, so that's fine. Parallel visual approach not authorized. And yeah, we have here an amendment, that's all fine. Runway 1331 closed above, available as a taxiway. And for the Penticton, I think that's how it is pronounced, we have some friction coefficients here. Frequency 121.9 unserviceable, 118.5 weather drone advisory, surveillance, and amendment of publication. We have caution, birds in the vicinity. So yeah, that's all good. Basically went through all no temps for this flight. Weather is looking good. We have nothing significant. No significant weather at all. We're going to be having tailwind for the first flight. And just see here, pretty cloudy. Could be better, but that's what we got. Anyways, we're not going to be using anti-ice for the moment. Temperature is 9. I don't see any rain. Unless we get into clouds and it will start to rain, we're going to be using anti-ice. Plus, on the Embraer, the anti-ice works on auto, and it does a pretty good job, so I'm happy with it. As for the terrain, I'm going to be using terrain radar for today. Unfortunately, as you can see, the screens are mirrored, so we can't have one of the NDs with the terrain and the other one with the weather. So as we're going to be flying into some mountainous terrain today, we're going to be using the terrain radar on my side. Continuing with the briefing and taking a look at the charts, we are here at position 7 or 8, I can't remember now. But we're going to be pushing back here on Echo. And we're going to be taxiing via Echo, Delta all the way here to Delta 5 or Delta 7, holding point runway 26 left. I don't think we're going to be using Delta 9, that's way too far. Delta 5 or Delta 7 should be fine. Let's end up with Delta 7. So Delta 7, that's what we're going to be doing. Takeoff 2 is going to be the performance setting for the departure with flaps 1. The runway is wet, as you can see now started to rain. So we counted on the performance calculations with that. Our radio navs are not set for the moment, but I think I should open an ILS for runway 26, left or right. Let's go with ILS 26 right here. So we're gonna have this chart open in case something goes wrong. We can return and land. Actually, I'll open both left and right. So because if something goes wrong now, we return to 26 left, and later on we're gonna be landing on 26 right. So that's fine. No special considerations. As for the abnormal, guys, you already know how it goes. Until 80 knots, we stop for any malfunction. Between 80 and V1, only for significant malfunction, which will endanger the continuation of the flight. In a case, throttle to idle, max reverse, let the auto brake work. I of course call reject, and we stop on the runway, set the parking brake, and assess the situation. We're not online, so should be no problem there. In case something happens after V1, we continue straight ahead. We climb to at least 5,000, and then we return to Vancouver. We're going to be maintaining ourselves over the sea because we have a lot of mountainous terrain to the north, and that should be fine. We're not overweight, we have no other considerations, and no lost comms for the moment. So that's the departure briefing, guys, done. APU is running. I think I disconnected the GPU. No, I didn't. I did now. I'm going to go to ground services, remove the GPU. And I'm going to actually already close the door and remove all the ground services around the aircraft. And I'm going to jump to the before start checklist to the line. So the cockpit preparation is complete. Fuel quantity 4.5, already 20 kilos burned by the APU. It's set unbalanced. Barrow is not set. I constantly forget about this, and it's really good to do the checklist. So barrow, last barrow, please give me an update. It's barrow 3012. That is set. Flight plan is finished. Emergency parking brake is on here. Auto brake is on RTO. Fasten seatbelt switch is on, and takeoff briefing is just completed. So we finished our before start to the line. Now I'm gonna call better pushback. I'm gonna hit start pushback.
Hey Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
We're gonna go here. Hit enter.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
And now I'm gonna go with the flow of the overhead for the engine start. So pretty simple. Just switch the dome light off, and I really wanted to remove that yellow lighting. But anyways, the flow is real simple. So sterile switch coming on, red beacon on, system 3 electric pump A on, and pack on. That's basically it. Do the before start checklist below the line. Takeoff data is set. We have our speeds here as well. And windows and doors are closed. Cockpit door is closed as well. So that is always good. We can check it here as well. If we come into the status, we can see all doors are closed. Sterile switch is on.
Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Red beacon switch is on. Hydraulic system 3A pump knob is on. Steering off is displayed here on the ECUS. And transponder, we will be switching it to alt on now. So TARA 2000, that is set. Before start checklist is complete, so ready for push and start. Everything is good. You guys are briefed. Yeah. So I think he's lifting the aircraft now. Yep. Perfect.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
I just want to set here the heading 263 for departure. And by the know, do you know how the Embraer yoke is called? It's called joke. Oh, poor Embraer. I mean, you wouldn't say about that about the Concorde, though. Anyways, the plane is cool. You're pushback in just 15 minutes after starting preparations. Yeah, this is really cool. All right, so we are clear. Everything is clear behind us. So brakes released, clear to push.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Lights are on. Away we go. I'm gonna go here to the electrical page so we can see that the generators will be powering up the aircraft. And this is a short pushback. Let's start with number 2. And 2 is on the rise. Ignition A. Oh yeah, its delivery is definitely nice. Is the stream running okay? No freezes? I don't know, Streamlabs is having a mess today. And 1 is rising, that's great. ITT is rising as well. We're looking at for an ITT of around 500 for the stabilized engine. I forgot to set the chrono, the engine start. I'm gonna do it on the first one. Alright, that's a good start. Number 2, let's go with number 1 and hit run chrono. And 2 is rising. Ignition A. Got some fuel flow there. ITT starting to rise. And there we go, N1. Stream is running perfectly. Excellent. Basically I had to switch off the preview for Streamlabs. Don't know why. And as you can see, Generator 2 and Gen 1 are powering AC Bus 2 and AC Bus 1. Waiting for the engine to stabilize.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Brake set, clear to disconnect.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
The only freezing thing is the wind outside. There we go, 500 ITT, that's great. And we can go ahead and switch off the APU. Set flaps 1, set the trim that we need to have. So performance, takeoff trim should be 2.0 up. There we go, that is set. So quick flight controls check. Flight controls full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder full left, and full right, neutral. That's excellent. Status, we're going to be leaving this on the status for now.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Thank you very much. See you next time. And now I open here my charts. And signal received, that's beautiful. And we continue with the after start checklist. So APU is off, flight controls checked, V-speeds and flex temperature. V-speeds are 118, 135, 139 and 188, no flex. That is set. And trim is centered and 2.0 up. Slat and flap position 1 is checked and confirmed with the lever position. And we have FMA is takeoff, roll LNAV, takeoff VNAV. So good. We are clear to taxi, switch off both lights already. Brakes released. Do a quick brake check. Alright, they work. And let's roll. As you can see, Delta is right there, so runway 26. It's basically in front of us. And let's go. By the way, don't you look at the overhead using a special view, but watching the camera a more realistic feeling? Yeah, I like to move it. I don't know, and I prefer to have saved views for other viewpoints, basically. So yeah, I don't know. It's just personal preference. So I have this view. I have this view to check left and right. I have this view for the GoPro view. I have the FMC view, and then basically it's just passenger window views that most of the time I don't use, but I don't know why I like to have them. Anyways, clear right, clear left. I'm gonna go left here. Add a little bit power so we can continue to roll. This one is a lot, I mean, it's not a lot longer, but it's definitely longer compared to the E175 that we took last stream that went a bit weirdly. Right, add a bit more power. Let's get there. Let's check takeoff config on the roll.
Takeoff okay.
Takeoff is okay. That is good. So you might be asking, why did I leave the status page here instead of switching already to the map one? That was because one of the checklist items is to check the brake temperatures, which are down here, to make sure they are on the green for the takeoff. So in the real aircraft, one of the pilots switches off to the map and the other one monitors the status page for the brake temperatures. Delta 3, that's Delta 3, clear on the left, clear on the right. And yeah guys, this is a very nice livery, by the way. Completely forgot to joke a little bit about that. And we are looking for Delta 7. Also, a useful thing is to go to the status page. You here have the gross weight, so when you do your landing calculations, you can either go here and check how much fuel you're gonna have and just make the maths, or you know the zero fuel weight and you have the fuel you have here, just check the fuel at the landing and make your calculations. Alright. Approaching some funny things here. So Delta 5 is the first one, Delta 7 is, yeah, clear on the left, clear on the right. Set the parking brake. Now let's do the before takeoff checklist. So takeoff config, we just checked that on the taxi. Runway is confirmed. Cabin crew is advised. Brakes temperatures are on the green, so now we can go and switch to the map. ECAS checked and transponder TARA already set. So we are fully ready. Nobody on the approach. We are offline, but still to keep good practice, look outside. Strobe lights coming on. We are clear to line up. Switch already the landing lights on. Roll it in. And cruiser, I got the new 12.0.8 update and finally they fixed the hard nose planning on landings. Oh yes, oh yes. When they first released, I'm on the beta, oh Jesus, I'm on the beta of X-Plane, and when they first released RC1 of 12.0.8, that was one of the main factors why I decided to stick with it. So. And I think the performance is better as well. I mean, it's definitely better. 26 left, just to confirm again. Nice lineup here. I mean, the definition of nice is very relative with my lineup, so... This looks about right. So, let's give it 40%, guys. I wish everybody an enjoyable flight. Engines are stable. And outrun engaged, take off. Thrust is set, airspeed is alive. 80 knots, hold. V1. Rotate. That was a quick takeoff. Positive climb, Europe. Speed for 15 degrees, sorry, or even slightly above that. Now following the runway track, LNAV. Getting drifted a little bit. Let's go back to LNAV here. And let's go autopilot. Lights off. Speed on elevator, autopilot, roll and flight level change. We're gonna go heading. Flight level change is correct. I'm gonna go and set 210 already. Flaps up. Very fast climb out. And we're gonna fly until the vector's point, and then we're gonna turn to our first point, which is MDAV. And also I think we can accelerate. One of the things, guys, is if you accelerate, let's say to 50 knots, it should maintain a positive vertical speed on the climb out under flight level change, VNAV, whatever. So before it would really hardly dip the nose down. Now it doesn't do that, and that's really cool. And we just passed the vector spines, so I'm gonna go and start to turn to the right. Hit a direct 2. I'm gonna hit activate. Oh, actually the direct 2 is quite to the other side. That was unexpected. But it's okay. We're gonna be pretty quick here. Oh, I didn't stop the chrono. 1 minute. Automatic time control. After takeoff checklist is silent, but just for the sake of it, we're gonna read through it. So landing gear is up. Flaps and flaps are checked and are up. ECAS checked. APU is off. Baro 3012, we're gonna maintain that for the moment. Air conditioning and pressurization panel is all checked, all good. So I am going to repeat direct 2, because every time you make a direct, it assumes your position of the direct. So you do another one and it corrects itself, so this way it won't have too much hunting. And as you can see, it is already correcting itself. So that's a very nice climb out and a very nice view of the mountains here. So Vancouver should be absolutely beautiful in real life. Wow. Don't worry guys, we're gonna be returning here. I have to do proper flight after holidays, check the performance. Oh yes, but the performance is definitely better, trust me. And we are into clouds, so here anti-ice would come into play, but we're gonna leave the automatic anti-ice. Profile nicely drawn there. Past 10,000, sterile switch off, lights off, logo light off. And now, a quick check here, descent. I want a 3 degrees angle of descent. There we go. Position level is correct. And I'm maintaining for the moment 250 knots because I want to get clear of these clouds before we go into them. So if I hit VNav, no, it doesn't work. And I think we're out of the clouds, so let's accelerate. I mean, yeah, let's accelerate. 280. There you go, you see, it should maintain the nose. It should maintain the nose. Ah, still a little bit aggressive here. It's better on the climb out. There we go. Nice. So we're gonna maintain the fasten seatbelt switch. Tailwind helping us nicely. And we will be doing the arrival briefing in a moment. Let's check outside. Looking good. And past 18,000, Barrow standard set. We didn't get it top of climb here. But level 200, so vertical speed.
Throttle.
For the passenger comfort, we're gonna increase the vertical speed to 900. Continue with some acceleration to 90. And let it go. Oh, I just now noticed it's still flying on heading. On that, please. So, actually, it was doing a pretty good job there with the heading. Oh wow, I didn't notice that. It's so sad, when I was doing the tests today, the view was so nice, almost without clouds as well. And altitude? Perfect, so we do one more direct, activate. If I switch now VNav, there we go, altitude got purple. And that's very good. So now it will go into VNAV, and that was important to have it for the approach. Learn to fly. Hey, welcome to the stream. I'm very sorry for the buggy start of the stream, but we got everything sorted out now. So first of all, let's go with minimums, barrow minimums. I'm gonna assume this is, we're gonna assume 1,630 for the minimums. No radio naps. And time for the briefing. Real quick briefing. Arrival briefing for you guys and for me as well to prepare. So, status is looking good. Weather is looking good. Let's do one more check. Wind is 170 at 11, so basically we're gonna have a 10 knot tailwind, which is not gonna be very fun, but I think we can handle it. No temps, we did check that in the beginning of the flight. NTIs on auto, terrain radar will be switched on. Top of descent is in around 70 miles calculated. We're gonna go direct to the arrival, which is gonna be the RNAV Zulu runway 16 into MDAV transition. We'll have to fly it above 7,000. Then we fly to MixAV, ODNOP, and slightly before ODNOP we catch the RNAV and start descending. Actually ODNOP should be at 6,000. We have no constraints apart from the above 8,000, above 7,000 and above 6,000 until ODNOP. No holdings. Running 16 is gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be fine. Broken to that's quite a low layer of broken clouds there, but that's fine. Should be no rain. So yeah, runway should be good. Tailwind, that's the only problem, but yeah, I think we can take it. Go around procedure basically says, let me zoom in, requires minimum climb gradient of 420 feet per nautical mile to 7,500. So we have this climb to 1,900, track 162 degrees, then climbing left turn to 7,500 direct to aftop. As a required shuttle climb, shuttle to 8,200 BPOC. I don't know what that means, but basically in case we have to go missed, we fly straight ahead until 1,900 and then slide left turn to 7,500. So we're gonna assume for the moment 7,500 as our go around altitude. All right, a radio nav's not required. It's gonna be an RNAV. Our alternate is to return to Vancouver. No problem with that. We are expected to land with 1.8 tons of fuel. We'll probably land with something like 2 or 2.1 tons. We'll be using flaps full and wind. Now the wind, I'm gonna set the correct one this time. Landing weight, what's the gross weight? 39. I'm gonna assume 39. Flaps full because it's short runway, and set good to medium compute. No landing. What if I say dry? Aha, and good. Alright, so first time I'm watching the EFB actually making like different values. This is really cool. I'm gonna send this to the FMS, and it will be also the first time we are gonna be landing with flaps full on my side. Data link, load the speeds, 40 miles to go. Go around limits, let's set 1,500 here and 3,000 there. Back into the landing page, landing in it. Wait, I'm not required to set this up here. It's really not going to make any difference. Full flaps here, this is correct. And auto brake is going to be on medium. Yeah, medium should be good. Alright. I think we are good. We're set. So for the distance we're fine. Auto brake is set. And then what we are going to be doing, we are going to be vacating at the very end. Here in the taxiway Alpha, and park in one of the parking positions there. Do a quick turnaround, return to Vancouver. No special considerations apart from the tailwind we're going to be having, and we're not overweight, and probably no rust comms. Yeah, looks about right, guys. So we are all briefed and ready for the landing. By the way, the scenery just opened up, so we can check outside. Looking really good. I hope the weather stays like this for the most of the time. Yeah. Oh, we missed that light there. Wow. This looks really good. Screenshot. Alright. So we're almost on the top of the ascent. Zoom in a little. And let's go. Our reference point is gonna be... It's gonna be on top at 6,000, or around that. 3 degrees glide path. Looks about good. Last part is gonna be probably visual, at least I am counting on that. So to begin with, we're gonna set altitude 8,000 feet. What's the latest QNH there? 3030, real simple one. I also want to do a quick notification into the community. And with this picture that we just took. Almost reaching top of descent. I'm gonna do a fast descent. We'll maintain the 290 knots through it and do the descent checklist as well. Descent checklist approach briefing is confirmed. Minimums are set. And landing data is set as well, because checked. Fastest seatbelt switch is on, which is good. There we go. VTA is on, so we are almost reaching. Altitude will be changing to path soon, and we'll start the descent under VNAV. And there we go, path. There it goes. Excellent. Now, as you can see here on the profile, I've set 8,000 feet. MDAF is definitely above 8,000 feet. MixF, and then if I zoom in a little bit more, INDOP is right, UNDOP is very, very close to 6,000. So if I scroll to 6,000, you can see it basically goes through. So that's really good. We'll maintain 8,000 for the moment. And let the aircraft do its thing. And we'll soon start to slow down as well. 18 minutes on the clock. Try to comply with the 35 minutes flight time that was promised. Scenery is looking good, and I feel like that's where we are going to be landing, somewhere around there. Or maybe slightly further, maybe there. So I hope the clouds won't make a big difference to us. We threw Fatal 180, hit the barrow, set barrow 3030. VNAV is going to be adjusting itself. 20 miles to go, I'll start increasing the speed to 50 knots. And yeah, the runway is quite short, so it has 6,000 feet. That's not very much. So I don't promise guys a very soft landing. It's going to be probably more of a firm one to be sure that we land in the correct place and we'll stop in time. So that's the preferred options for me. Alright, I think I can decrease this to 6,000 now. Speed is decreasing nicely. As we switched on to QNH, we can already do approach checklist as well. Barrow is set, and approach aids we don't have any, so that's good, and approach checklist is complete. Our VAP is going to be 123, so we are looking at 128 VAP for the final. I'll try to stabilize it early due to the wind. There we go, to 50 knots. We can also start to continue to slow down even more to 20. Cruller says, on Vatsy, I once saw an Aeroflot butter it on a taxiway, so sometimes you just gotta commit. Well, I really don't want to butter it instead of landing it on the correct spot. So we're gonna try to do it nicely. And the clouds are changing as it looks, but the visibility should be good. 15 stage miles should be fine. Should be fine. A nice slow down, we good. I'll maintain to 20 knots until that turn. After the turn, we're gonna decel even more. Or maybe even before the turn. To deploy some flaps. I should add, not only did he butter it on the taxiway, he had a taxiway excursion. Oh, poor guy. Probably he had a very bad day. Alright, so I know I said we're gonna assume 7,500 our go-around altitude, but I'm gonna assume 8,200 as the final one. There we go, turning off to MDAV. This is looking good. And just as we are approaching 10,000 feet, so still I'll switch on, lights on. And yeah, logo light on as well. Great. So 6,000 is set. I will slow down to 200 now. So we are doing a nice idle descent here, mostly idle. In case you don't know the flaps restrictions, there is a very nice sticker here with the flaps restrictions. So we can actually deploy flaps 1 already, and I'm going to do that, flaps 1. That is going to deploy our slats. These leading edge flaps basically. That's the SALT 190. At least he seemed chill about it, but I do not know enough Russian to hear the conversation with Tower. Alright. Oh well. That must be fun. I saw an EasyJet A320 crash on Vienna, I think it was Vienna or Zurich. So that was pretty fun as well. Now we have an adjustment for the VNAV. Let's slow down to 180. I'm gonna set altitude 4,000, or maybe even lower, like 3,000. Let the path do its job. Wow, it actually is looking very good. It is looking really good. Look at that, wow. One, 2, 8, final speed. About 15 miles to the runway. You are approaching already, yeah. So this is 26 minutes in. We might get there earlier, which is good. Now this is why I wanted to have the terrain radar on, because we have quite high terrain already to the sides and in front of us. We don't see it very well now, but because of the clouds, but it's there, believe me. There we go, 180, looking good. $15 miles to go. Yeah, look, it's looking very good, and the plane is flying amazingly. It's doing a really good job, like a very, very good job. I'm gonna decrease the altitude once more to 2,000. It's doing a nice one. There are the minimums. And when there will be 10 miles to go, I'll start configuring fully. 3 tons, so we're gonna land with 3 tons, I'm pretty sure. Maybe just slightly below, but still more than 2.8. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Wow. Yeah, I really want to go to Canada as well. I think it's a beautiful country. Alright. This, I don't know what is this. Is this some kind of valley fog or low clouds? Really making it hard to see. Do 170. Flaps 2. So remember, on the Embraer we have automatic automatic spoilers, so you do not need to arm them. That's really cool. And there's the runway, there's the airport. Let's go. Gear down. Set speed 140 for the moment. Laps 3. Lights on. We are looking for 128. Why did I set 140 now? Because the auto throttle is really slow to catch up. And so, to give it enough time, I do it this way. Because you see, I'm going to set 135. We're looking for 128. Look at the speed. And this is, I think this is realistic actually. Laps 4. Look, just now it's coming alive, which is past 135. This is definitely not stabilized power. And flaps 5. We're looking for 128. And flaps full now. That's 128, basically. And he's just now catching up. So it will start to catch up now. We'll start decreasing the speed. And we can do the landing checklist. Cabin crew's advice, auto throttle is on speed. We're going to be turning it off. Yeah, perfectly 1000 to go. Oh, go around altitude. Let's set 8,200 feet. And as you can see, the path is working perfectly. 128 on the speed. Continue with the checklist. Landing gear is down, 3 greens. And slats and flaps on position full. Eco's checked. And look at the wind actually. It's 3 knots headwind. So cool. I have the runway in sight. Let's do autopilot off, auto throttle off.
Throttle.
My controls. And let's try to land this. So I wish everybody a nice landing. I'll try to land it in the correct spot rather than buttering it, because as you can see,
1,000.
Checked, stabilized. As you can see, the runway is quite short. Oh, look at that wind! It's 2 knots only. So, oh man, so good that I decided to go this way. We have 1 red now and 3 whites. So we're slightly above. We're gonna catch up with the profile. Tip a little bit the nose. Oh yeah, I really like the physics of this aircraft. I think it's really good. Maintaining the speed. Lining up with the runway nicely. Still 3 whites.
500.
Checked. Try to get that 1 more red.
Approaching minimums.
Check. There we go. 2 whites, 2 reds.
Minimums.
Right on the path. Continue. Speed is good. No wind basically, just 3 knots of headwind, which is amazing. Speed is stable, everything is looking stable. Don't
200.
go down. Check.
$100.
Slightly low.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, I had to plant it. There we go. Spoilers. And reverse. I gave it too much rudder. Way too much rudder. And 60 knots. Reverse is out. Let the auto brake work. For a soft stop. 32 minutes. Reverse is out.
Auto brake.
Manual braking now. Switch the auto brake to RTO. And start the APU. Clock on. We have to count 3 minutes. Firm but right on target. Oh yes. I messed up. Basically, I think if I wouldn't add so much rudder, it would be a way better landing and still in the zone. Flaps up. This is me pressing real quick on the keypad. And we vacated, lights off, strobe lights off. And start the APU completely. 1, 2, 3, good. That looks like a follow me car or a follow me truck. Switch off the terrain radar. To go like this. Reset the trim to 2.0 up. There we go. Flight directors disconnected. Everything looks good. Check the status. Brake temperature is on the green still. That is great. Flaps are up. APU has started. We can check here on the electrical page that the APU is producing power. And FMS reset. Excellent. After landing checklist. APU set. Started. Exterior lights set. MFD page is just checked. Brakes temperature check. Transponder. Well, we'll maintain that on. Slat and flap 0. Pitch frame up 0.20. After landing checklist complete. Very good. Now, I'm gonna try to butter it in Vancouver, because now we have to return to Vancouver. And I'll try to make it as quick as possible as well. I mean, it's not gonna be as quick as this one, because we're gonna have headwind now, but still. Position 1, we'll go to position 2. Switch taxi light off. Brake slowly. Start the turn. Start the turn. Start the turn. There we go. No marshaller now, but it is okay. We're gonna be our own marshaller. I parked it pretty well there. Alright. Brakes set, lights are off. How much time do we have on the clock? 2 minutes, almost 3. That's good, let's wait for 3 minutes, switch the engines off and start. I'll start preparing everything up for the turnaround. You'll see how quick this aircraft goes. Generate, there we go, 3 minutes. APU is running, stop the engine and stop the engine. Now we do the flow by the other way around, so pack 1 off, system 3A electric pump off, red beacon off, fastest bell switch off, and Turnaroud switch off. That's basically it. I'm not going to be switching off the APU because we're going to assume there is no ground power here. So I'm going to just call for some stairs, loader, and fuel. Maybe let's just leave it with the fuel and cleaning van. Open the doors here. Just have a look outside. There we go, nice. Really good, really good. I don't want to watch the approach now. Let's watch the approach later. So I'm just gonna go and prepare everything for the flight the other way around. So departure. Let's do the departure for runway 16 as well. I think it is more interesting than the other one. And considering we have the headwind, not as in the METAR, so looks pretty good. Switches standby, go to route, and Vancouver. VR, Victor Romeo. We are Jazz 417 this time. Activate, departure, runway 16, backsuit 1 departure, that's basically 1, apply, activate. And now for Vancouver, oh, I need to have the arrival. Yeah, that's correct. For Vancouver, let me see here real quick. What did SimBrief give me? Canuck 5. Roach for Canuck 5. This is for the other way. There we go. I need to rotate this page, zoom in. And now I'm gonna go this booth. Tango. Oh my god, this keypad is so different. Canada. Activate. I'm gonna hit arrival. Runway is gonna be 26 right this time, ILS. No approach transitions. Hit arrival. Star. Canuck 5. Apply. Activate. Beautiful. Let's go to the plan. Do a quick check. So zoom out a little bit. Yeah, route looks good. This is exactly what we need. We might go direct to nothing because we have plenty of terrain there and we want to avoid it. So performance in it. Let's go weight and balance. New load. Request company load sheet. Now I'm going to use scene brief. 2.9. How much fuel do we have? 2.8. Let's view load sheet. Load plane 15.6 CG. We just did that. And Yankee Foxtrot 16. That's correct. We have good weather here, so runway is dry. Wind is 0. Temperature 15. Any QNH. Takeoff weight is set. I'm gonna be departing here with takeoff 1. Flaps 1 as well, probably. Or maybe even flaps 2, let's see. Let's do flaps 2 departure. Witse, hello, welcome to the stream. This is X-Plane 12 with xCrafts Embraer E190. They have the full family, so E170, E175, E190 and E195. So any plane for your liking. Yeah, let's go flaps 2. 126, 130, 136. Short runway. Let's send it. Okay, so cruise altitude this time is going to be 240. Takeoff CG was 15 point something, 15.6. That is set. 0 fuel weight is 30. I'll just consider 35. 35. Hit next. Takeoff data set. Takeoff 1. Hit enter. FMS takeoff. Runway is going to be dry. Hit next. Flaps 2, that's correct. Takeoff. Now hit data link. Load the speeds. 126, 30 and 36, that's correct. Departure limit 150 here. And the rest looks good. Pitch stream 1.5 up. Looking good. And the climb out, this is all good. And cruise 240, descent 3 degrees. Yeah, looking good. Flight plan is good. So basically that's everything prepared. So fastest seatbelt switch on. Landing performance. Yeah, we're gonna calculate landing performance later. I'm gonna just leave it like this. Yep, that guys, that was the turnaround. We didn't do the parking checklist. I forgot, let's do it. So emergency parking brake is on, exterior lights are set, MFD status page. Selected brakes temperatures, sterile switch is off, fasten seatbelt switch is off, red beacon switch is off, hydraulic tree system A switch is off, and transponder is standby in 2000. So parking checklist was complete, was done. Let's just start all over again because this is how quick this aircraft is, and I really like it for this exactly. First of all, I think it would be good for us to do a little briefing, just to make sure that we do everything right. And I just noticed now something. Yeah, sorry. Let me do it like this. And now I open this, and you should be able to see my screen. So this is Vancouver. This is not what we need. We need this one. So we are parked here. And we're going to do a quick departure briefing. So we're flying same aircraft. Now flight Jazz 417. No temps are the same. Weather is the same. Anti-ice usage is going to be the same. Terrain radar is going to be in use. We are in position. We're going to call it 1. And we're going to start understand taxi via Bravo off to Charlie and do a backtrack here. Either backtrack or just go Charlie and Delta. Not sure about the taxiway width there, but should be fine. Runway is dry, wind is, well, as we just saw, 3 knots, headwind, which is great. Config and performance will use flaps to take off 1. Our departure is going to be backsuit 1 departure. Basically, straight ahead until 1700, then a left turn to Wilds. Then from Wilds we go to Oliver, and our initial climb is going to be 8,200 feet, which was basically the go-around altitude. We're going to select that as our altitude. No radio navs for the moment, no special considerations apart from the mountainous terrain, and for the abnormals we'll do exactly the same until 80 knots. We'll stop for any malfunction between 80 and V1, only for significant ones. In that case I'll call reject, throttles to idle, maximum reverse, let the auto brake work, stopped the aircraft on the runway, apply parking brake, contact ATC that we are stopped on the runway, and assess the situation. So continuing with that, after V1 we continue straight ahead, we try to climb out to until 10,000, and then we assess the situation to see what was the problem, and maybe we will need to return to another airfield, because this one I don't think is very good to be used for a return. Our alternate is actually Comox? Alternate airport. Yeah, okay. Which is Courtenay Airport. I think I pronounced that correctly. Another maybe alternate could be Kelowna. We can just hit here the airport. The airports. A button hit alternates and we can see all alternates. Kelowna looks good, and it has a slightly longer runway, so this is good. And it has an ILS as well, so... What's the weather there? 6 knots. Yeah, this one looks good. Just the visibility is slightly worse, but yeah. So that's going to be one of our takeoff alternates, or we just fly to Vancouver, depending on the problem. No, not overweight, no other considerations, and no lost comms. That's the brief complete. A really quick one, just to make sure that we have the mental picture of everything. Now, checklist again. Pedro, hello man, how are you? Thank you very much for the nice work. Appreciate it. Let's start with the before start checklist. So cockpit preparation flow is completed, fuel quantity is checked, it's on board and balanced. Barrow is set, 3030, flight plan is checked, emergency parking brake is on, auto brake, RTO, fasten seatbelt switch is on, and takeoff briefing is complete. Before start to the line is good. Now we can start closing all the doors, cleaning the ground surfaces that we have around the aircraft, and I'll do the overhead flow. So same thing, sterile switch on, red beacon on, system 3A, electric pump on, and pack 1 on. APU is already running. Let's do before start checklist below the line. Takeoff data is set, windows and doors are closed, cockpit door is closed as well. Sterile switch is on, red beacon switch on, hydraulic system 3A pump on, steering off is displayed, and transponder we're gonna hit on. TARA. Before start checklist is complete, let's go and start the engines with number 2. Entry is rising. We have fuel flow, ignition A is working. I forgot to hit the chrono again. Well, now it's too late anyways. Gonna hit the chrono on the second one. And we're waiting for 500 ITT temperature for the stabilized engine. One thing I forgot to do is hit the toga button. So roll takeoff, LNAV, VNAV, get armed, and altitude let's set 8,200. Hit auto throttle and set 200 knots. There we go, 500 ITT is set, starting number 1. Set the chrono. Why do we set the chrono on? Because we have a time limit of, I think, 90 seconds per starter, so it doesn't break. So that's why you switch the chrono on for the starter sequence, and you see if the start was good, or was it too long, or was it a weird starter, or something like that. Let's check here the electrical page. As you can see, Gen 2 is already powering AC bus 2, and we just had Gen 1 starting to power AC bus 1. It's 35 seconds, ignition is off, engine is now stabilizing. Switch the chrono off. Now start setting flaps. Flaps 2 this time. 500 ITT, APU off. Set the trim. What's the setting? I forgot. 1.5 up, so we need to lower it down a little bit. In case your button on the joystick is way too sensitive, you have the trim buttons here, so you can use them as well. And do a quick flight controls check. Flight controls, pull up, pull down, neutral, pull left, pull right, neutral on the rudder, pull left, pull right, neutral. That's good. Good on the flight controls. Leave the status page on. For the brakes temperatures, do the after start checklist. APU is off. Flight controls checked. V speeds and flex. We have no flex. V speeds are 126, 138, 136, and 188. Trim 1.5 up, set and centered and centered. Slides and flaps. Position 2 set FMA. We have takeoff, roll takeoff, and arm takeoff LNAV VNAV. So that looks pretty good. Taxi light on. Brakes released. Do a quick brake check here. They do work, and we immediately start turning right. I'm gonna add just a little bit of power. Want to get out of here and not jet blast everybody. Alright, I'll let it accelerate just a little bit before we turn more. And we're gonna be turning here on Bravo and into the runway. Oh yeah, I'm already departing. I mean, this is a really quick aircraft, like really quick. And let's start the turn. Hit the taxi side buttons. And we're gonna go already into the active runway, so extreme caution should be exercised. Or used, shall I say used? I think, yeah, extreme caution should be used. I think that's the more correct way. Okay, so I did turn on idle, so I hope nobody got jet blasted there. Nobody on the approach, nobody on the other side as well. Gonna hit the strobe lights on already. Transponder TARA. And we can actually do the takeoff config.
Takeoff okay.
Takeoff okay, that's good. So imagine we forgot to set the flaps, and we would have set the flaps to 1. Let it stabilize on flaps 1. So it would advise us on which item is wrong.
No takeoff. Flap. Trim.
Flaps and trim. So basically, because the flaps changed, the trim setting would change too. So now I'm gonna set flaps 2 again. And there we go. Going nicely. So now as flaps 2 are set,
Takeoff okay.
takeoff is okay. Let's go. So I really want to take a look here. Yeah, I think we can go through here. Fine. Let's go. Speed up. Speed it up. Reset here the timer. Nice profile drawing there. Look at that. Really good. Really, really good. So this latest update is very good. They did a fantastic job. Alright, 23 knots. I really don't want to slow down, but I would. I will. Just a little bit. To make the turn. Brake temperature is looking on the green still. Slow down a little bit more, have a tight turn here. And I'm gonna stop before the runway, or no, we actually can line up. We line up and we do the rest of the things. So runway is confirmed, it's 16. Which is the same runway from the direction which we landed. Man, I'm still sad I added so much left rudder there. Left or right rudder. And I didn't have the time to counteract the wing drop. But that's fine. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Nobody on the approach. So we would be clear for takeoff at the moment. Windsock is still showing the same wind. So this is good. Try to use as many runways as I can here. And I think I turned too early. Did I? Yes, a little bit. Alright, we'll stop here and we'll just line up the rest. Lights are on. Switch to map. Temperatures are on the green, as you can see. We're gonna hit terrain radar on. Zoom in a little bit. Before takeoff checklist. Takeoff config is checked. Runway is confirmed. Cabin crew advised. Brakes temperatures on the green. ECAS checked. Transponder TARA. So guys, let's go. Let's return to Vancouver. 40%. Takeoff. Oh yeah, let's go. First set. Airspeed is alive. Hold. V1. Rotate. That was quick. Positive climb. Gear up. Let's pitch up. Look at that, 20 degrees, it's still accelerating. It's amazing. LNAV, no, I'm not gonna follow that bar. Happens sometimes, just trust your senses and continue with the map. It will get back, don't worry. There you go, speed on elevator, LNAV flight level change, now lower the nose gently. Flaps 1. Autopilot. Lights off. Let's climb out a little bit more on 180 because of the terrain. And let's set 10,000. No, let's go for the cruise altitude already, 240. Beautiful departure. I should head off now. Gotta be up at 5. Thank you very much, man, and I wish you a great trip tomorrow. See you next time, man. And excellent. So we are above the terrain. We can start accelerating. Let's set 210 for the beginning. Get the flaps up now. After takeoff checklist, gear up, slats and flaps. Should be on 0 now. Anytime. And yes, they are. ECAS checked, APU off. And barrow 3030 until 18,000. Air conditioning and pressurization panel is checked. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is this one on the cabin set to the attendant, so the flight attendants will be able to control the temperature of the cabin. Alright, excellent. Very nice acceleration out of here. And a very nice climb out. Let's do 220. And approaching 10,000, lights off, logo off, and throttle switch off. Oh, is that a runway? That's a runway. Oh. Or is that a road? This... I don't know what that was. Wow, beautiful place. Look at that. How cool is that? We were just there a couple of minutes ago. Wow. I mean, jet aircraft are amazing. I want to see how it handles that turn if I accelerate to 50 knots. Look at that. Oh, it handled the turn very well. Okay, I'm impressed. Did I switch to heading? No, I didn't. No, it handles it very well. Guys, if you own the xCrafts Embraer, definitely update it. This version is very good. Wow. Alright, I think we can accelerate to 280. 18,000, standard descent on the barrow. That's still doing a little drop there. Damn, it's looking good. Okay, so we need to prepare. Short flight. Let's hit preview. 230, hit
Throttle.
vertical speed.
Throttle.
Decrease the vertical speed for passenger comfort. Accelerate. 290 is our speed. And for the landing, ILS frequencies, ILS course frequency 111.95, 111.95, very quick and easy, and 263 on the course. So adjusting here, 263. Hit preview again for the localizer 2. Adjust on the second flight director. Oops, sorry. 263 set. So all three are set. Maintain VNAV altitude. Good there. I'm not gonna take off the fasten seatbelt sign. Look at that view though. Wow. And yeah, reach top of climb. I'm gonna be using medium auto brakes again in Vancouver. And I think it's time for a briefing, guys. Alright. What do you guys think? I think so. Let's check here. Performance. Yes, it's a 3 degrees descent. This is good. And time for the arrival briefing. So arrival briefing, status is looking good. Weather is looking great. Vancouver is giving us 290 at 11, great visibility, few clouds, broken and broken, temperature 8, QNH 30 and 10. It's looking good, no temps were checked, have limit to taxiway wrong, I think we're closed. NTI is on auto, we'll use terrain radar through the whole time. Top of descent is in around 60 miles calculated. We'll be doing the Canuck 5 arrival from the booth point. We have a couple of restrictions there. On Stave we have to be below 12,000 but above 9,200 and below 230 knots. So the short and go pad above 9,000, Magus above 9,000, Optot above 9,000, and finally Gorek above 3,000. For the turn, Gorek 3,000, and then we catch the ILS, which will be slightly further to the front. This is 3 degrees glide path with no holds. Radio navs are set, 11.95 with course of 263. Alternate, we talked about that. It is this airport here, Comox. I think I pronounced that correctly. As for the config and distance, we didn't do the calculations yet, but we can take a look. So go status, we're gonna assume 36.5. For the weight, flaps 5, no need to use flaps full, condition is good. We'll use 0 winds here, standard, temperature is standard winds. Compute. Oh, did I select the correct runway? No, 26, right it is. So yeah, more than enough. I'm gonna send this to the FMS, auto brakes on medium, as I said just a second ago. Reverses, we could use reverse idle for this time. And for the exit, so we land on the northern runway this time. And we might be vacating somewhere like Mike 4, probably is a realistic way. I would prefer to vacate on Mike 2, but I don't think I will be stopping in time. And then we'll just vacate here, go into Mike, Papa, and to one of these stands, 70 something, 75. It's the stand we're looking at. No special considerations, no overweight and no lost comms. The only thing I forgot is the go around procedure. So for the missed approach, let me zoom in so you guys can read it as well. Climb to 420 on the runway heading, then climbing right, turn to 3000, heading 294, intercept Oscar Bravo Delta radial 261 to Dutno, shuttle climb at Dutno to 5,300 feet. That's about the missed approach. Our minimums are gonna be, well, we're gonna assume this is gonna be an ILS Cat 2, so 109. We'll just use 200 for the sake of it. 200 radio, and it will be good. And that's the brief complete, so now you guys know what we are gonna be doing, and we have the mindset. The mental picture is there. Let's prepare because we have to descend real soon. Data link, load the speeds. Back to the radio. Check the landing here. Speeds are good. Landing in it. Next. Oh no, wait. There we go. Flaps 5. This is what I wanted. And go around limits at 1,500. Good. This is all set. First altitude for us is going to be 10,000, which is in the middle of that first restriction that we have. And VAP, we are looking at 127, that means 132, is exactly 132. And minimums, we're going to go radio. No, let's go Barrow. Barrow and do 210. 210, please. That's 200 feet above. Clouds are looking good here. So as you can notice, quite a lot of workload on this short flight, but it's definitely worth it, and the aircraft helps out a lot. So that's always good. Almost reaching top of descent. And we might do the descent checklist then. So approach briefing is completed. We guys got briefed. Minimums 210 on Barrow. Landing data is set. ECA is checked. Fastest seatbelt switch is on. Descent checklist complete. Just want to check again. What was the QNH 3010? Okay. What does X-Plane say? Let's take a look. Oh, I can't see. Vancouver. That's fine. Air Canada Express looking good. I do prefer the E190 more than the smaller E175. There we go. Look at the headwind, 39 knots. That's why we're gonna be slower. 16 minutes. So we set 10,000. Nice cloud layer there. And I'm gonna try to butter it on Vancouver. I mean, butter it, but still in the zone and with the correct parameters. There we go, VTA working, path should be engaged in a second. And there we go, starting the descent. Wow. Would you look at that? I actually really like how the clouds get blown here. It's a realistic effect. You might not get it, but it is actually very good, very well made. So remember, we have speed restrictions on Stave at 230 knots. We're gonna try to comply with it. I mean, we're not gonna try, we're gonna comply with it at the end. So, yeah. Passing flight level 200. Stave is in 20 miles. I'll decrease a little bit the speed, see how does it behave. Set to 50, let it go to idle. Yeah, the headwind is quite strong. At level 185, that means let's switch to barrow. So we are 3010. Nice idle sound. And I really like the livery, guys. Really like. Yeah, we reached 250 knots quite quickly. I'm gonna maintain 250 for the moment. So it was 3000 for the ILS, so let's set 3000. Path looks good for the moment. Oh, I set 2000. Low fuel there. Yeah, I thought that was way too little fuel there, but decided to let it maintain. It's actually good that cool that it shows there is not much fuel there. "21 minutes on the clock." How much did Simbrief tell? Told us 34 minutes as well. Okay. Well, that's interesting. How nice is this? Miles until Stave. Looking good. Let's go 230 knots. Perfect. Right there. Passing Stave almost as we cross for level 120. So this is really cool. The aircraft made a very nice profile. And 230 on the speed. Perfect. Just as we enter full IMC conditions. Lost some light chop there. You guys remember what was the go around altitude? 5,300. Really weird go around altitudes. Oh, such a golden light. I'm gonna try to maintain this speed as much as I can. Oh, it's looking good, looking good. And we are approaching 10,000. Let's go ahead, Turnaroud switch on, lights on, logo on. It's looking good. I wanted to see what was explained showing in terms of QNH 3009, so it's always within like 1 unit. I like how it is looking. Next is gonna be the landing checklist. Localizer is not live yet. That's fine. I think VNAV should work really good now. Basically, last time I checked on this version, guys, you basically just had to press for lock for the mode to switch and it would catch the ILS. It would be so good. And 27. Oh, that's a big train station there. And there should be the airport somewhere. Kind of feel like this is gonna be some turbulence, but I think we're gonna be flying by that. Profile's looking good. Slight rain sometimes, and no big deal. Waiting for the localizer to come alive. 111.905. Yep, that's set. Some light rain. Oh, localizer 2 looks to be alive? No? I'm gonna see. Well, if the wind is gonna keep like this, we're gonna have a tailwind on landing. Crossed 5,000. Oh. Okay, that's the FMS needle. $15 miles, it starts slowing down. Cabin crew prepare for landing. Well, that was stupid on my side. I wanted to... that was really stupid, sorry. I wanted only to check. How is the profile? 1,000 to go. If I hit approach, localizer glide path. Verlock, glide slow, perfect. Alright, so we were just slightly below. I don't know why the needle didn't move that much. That's why I was wondering. And approach 1. This means I can set go around altitude 5,200. No, 300. Flaps 1. Runway is definitely in sight. I'm gonna try and maintain this quick at 190 as long as we can. Ooh, that's a nice shot there. Look at that. Wow. Okay, I'm flying a bit fast. It's okay, we're gonna maintain now. Radio altimeter alive. So speed 127, 132. Let's set 140. $143. Gear down. Lights on. Laps 2. And flaps 3. Flaps 4. And flaps 5. Excellent. Landing checklist. Cabin crew advised, auto speed, landing gear down, 3 green, stats and flaps 5. ECAS checked. And we should be looking at 132. I'm going to be doing 133.
1,000.
Checked. Beautifully stable, guys. Wish a nice landing to everybody. I see 2 reds, 2 whites. Speed is good. Try to land this nicely. And I see 3 reds now, but we are on the path.
500.
Autopilot. Throttle.
Autopilot, throttle my controls. Try to correct it with the pappies, just slightly. Because I felt like we were going a little bit low. Just try not to add too much power.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Continue.
Minimums.
Yeah, the pappies are wrong. Either the pappies or the glide slope.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Slide rudder. Yes. Nice with the nose. Oh, I wanted to reverse idle. Rip. Well, let's add just slide reverse now. Okay, this was smooth. This was a nice landing. $60 knots. Reverse is off. 35 minutes.
Auto brake.
Auto brake off. Nice. Let's go here to the rapid exit taxiway. Flaps up. Lights off. Start the APU. 1, 2, 3. That's good. Terrain off. Systems check. And this was... I didn't have time to rip, but we have to go left anyways. I think that was Mike 4. It really looked like Mike 4. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed this 2 quick flights on the Embraer. A very capable aircraft. It still has a lot to do, but I think this update is very, very solid, and it brought the systems to a more refined level, and it's better overall, so it's good. It's really good. I very much suggest you to have this one, especially if you like Embraer. So let's set pitch stream up 2.0. That's the default setting. After landing, checklist is silent. I'm just gonna read it. APU set, texture lights set, MFD status page opened. Brakes temperatures under green. They are checked. Transponder, TRA for the moment. Slant and flaps 0. Pitch stream 2. Excellent. So now we wait for the Papa. Taxiway. And then we turn in. And we park. Position 70 something. Let's try the wipers. Do they work? Yes, they do. Oh, and bonus points for Embraer for not making them as loud as Airbuses. That was really, really good. Great landing, great flight. I enjoyed it. I will even do the replay of the landing, maybe. This should be Juliet. And we go on to the next one. We might go into Sierra actually instead of Papa. Yeah, there we go. That's Papa. Ooh, that's close there. Yeah, we go to... wait. Ah, no, we can go to Sierra. That's fine. Go to Sierra then. And that's 3 minutes on the turbine cooldown, so... Could have used the reverse anyways. I'm gonna brake gently. Now these cars, we have the priority. Not these trucks. Oh, that's probably due to the fuel. 76, I want it 75. 75 or 76 is fine. But let's go to 75. Switch the side light. There we have a marshaller already waiting for us. And this is 75, so good. Not to blind him, taxi light off. Oh, quite a long parking position, so this is good. In case I overshoot quite a lot. Okay, I undershoot it still. So this is supposed to correct my parking skill. Looking good now. Slowly starts his brake. Let it go real slow. There we go, brake set, beautiful. Check the electrical status, APU is running, shutting down the engines. Do the overhead flow, same thing, pack one off, this goes off, red beacon off, fasten seatbelt and sterile switch off. Oh, and we have a jetway now. Excellent, how good. Parking checklist, guys. So, emergency parking brake is on. Engine 1 and 2 off, sterile switch off, fasten seatbelt switch off, red beacon switch off, hydraulic system 3A off, and transponder standby 2000. Parking checklist is complete. Very, very good. Guys, thanks for watching. This was really, really good. I hope you enjoyed this Embraer stream. Sorry for the mess with the start of the stream. I don't know why it was lagging so much, and it is really annoying because I have 30 FPS steady now. Usually I have like 50, so looks like latest drivers from NVIDIA kind of broke the scene, but yeah, RIP. Anyways, I'm gonna give you a replay now of the landing. Subscribe, like it, suggest anything you'll want to see. If you want more Embraer flights, yeah, just write it in the comments and I'll be happy to do it. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time. Bye.